It's my great honor to call to the stage to say a few words our wonderful, outstanding Congress member who has provided great leadership in Washington, D.C. She has tremendous insight, having served in a variety of offices leading up to her leadership in Congress. But we really do appreciate the great leadership of Congresswoman Judy Chu. So let's welcome Congresswoman Judy Chu to the stage.
Well, hello, Pasadena! You know, 20 years ago, then City Council member Chris Holden had this idea of having a block party for everybody in this neighborhood. And now this event has grown and grown so that it's far that way and far that way, with so many more resource kind of booths all around. And he's still keeping it up, even though now he's in the state assembly. Now it's been 20 years. Let's give a huge hand for Assembly Member Chris Holden for his 20th block party. Well, I tell you, he's done such a fantastic job providing all these incredible resources, and every service that you want is over here so that you can know how to deal with your consumer affairs and your Department of Motor Vehicles issues. And you are going to be able to have great entertainment and tremendous food. And he's using this opportunity to give scholarships to very deserving young people. But I have to give a special shout out because he's giving a scholarship to my past intern, Divine Johnson. Divine. So I really want to thank him. And I want to say that there are three important things coming up. For one thing, finally, we're going to have a Veterans Healthcare Clinic here in the San Gabriel Valley. How about that? And it's in Arcadia on Santa Anita and Foothill, and there's a grand opening on August 23rd. Yep, hope you can come. The second thing is, guess what happens in 8 months? The census. And I hope all of you fill out that census questionnaire. You know what? For every person that's not counted, guess what? We lose $2,000 each year for the next 10 years. So we've got to make sure we fill that out. And the third thing is, did you know that in 15 months, there's something really important going on? In 15 months, we have a chance to change this nation. Yes, so I hope all of you get out to vote on November 2020. It's the most important election of our lives. So thank you all very much, and I hope you have a great day.
Appreciate you, Kevin. Karen Wingard, who's our office assistant and very involved in the community. And so we want to thank all of them, but we also want to recognize our interns, because these summer interns are getting an opportunity to be in a political office, but also be in an environment where they can understand how public service works, how policy works, and how community works. And so they're here today, and we're having an honor to be able to have them as our interns for the summer. Helen Hedron.
You don't know, babe, when you hold me, you kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing, and it don't change. If I had it my way, you know that you're the coffee that I need in the morning, you're the sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just want to see. I just want to see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, that doesn't seem right.
Our musicians, they are covered, they got comfort, and we really appreciate this addition to the block party. Also want to thank the Flint Ridge Center, and a special acknowledgement to our good friend Jaylene Mosley, who passed away this year. Her love and support over the years has been one of the blocks that have built this event, and not only that, but have brought support and leadership to the community. So we want to thank her for her lifelong contribution, and also for the Flint Ridge Center's continued support. The City of Pasadena, AT&T South Coast Air Quality Management District, East Central Credit Union, Kaiser Permanente, Southern California Gas Company, Rose Bowl Operating Company, Robbins Barbecue, the Brotherhood Crusade, Upper San Gabriel Municipal Water District, Ralph's Food for Less, and DaVita Dialysis, along with Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, and we just want to thank them. That's the Eta Lambda Omega chapter. So let's give a big round of applause to our sponsors, and thank you for their contributing in all the different ways that they have. Now I want to just very quickly recognize some young people who have demonstrated a high level of community engagement while they've been in school. In high school, they've shown the aptitude, they've shown the academic excellence, they've been able to provide a balanced kind of support and leadership in the community by volunteering and being active. And so that's important, because as we build the next generation of leaders, we want you to see these young people.
Oh, you're the best part. Whoa. It's the sunshine and those brown eyes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert, and my Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanted to see say something? If you love me, won't you?
For you too, come on. All right. Hi, this is Alan Shea with Our Society Show, and we are here at the 20th anniversary of the Chris Holden Block Party right here in Pasadena. And we have two of our distinguished ladies of Pasadena. So they're going to share their names and share with you what their thoughts are of today's event so far.
My name is Brenda Harvey Williams, and I'm the city's Director of Human Services and Recreation, and it is a great day out here. It's a bit warm, but it's always great to be able to come out in the community and to be able to share our programs and our offerings.
So why don't you share with the viewers really how much preparation went into today and hopefully what the great response is going to be once they see this show.
Well, in terms of our department's preparation, we have a couple of tables out. We have a table that's sharing information about all of our recreation programs, and we also have a table for our city commissions. So all of the commissions that our department staffs have been here today and sharing information about their charge with the community.
Wow. Well, not only that, but for you viewers to understand how important this incredible woman is here, she makes sure that the parks, the human resources, all the different departments that really do an outreach for our community is very effective in how we implement the different needs and the different resources right here in Pasadena. So for those of you who aren't aware of how important she is, she actually plays a very dynamic role to make sure that the other departments really come together to make sure their resources are also shared with her department to make sure that we as a community work hand in hand.
I would agree. Thank you, Alan.
So we want to make sure viewers know exactly how important this event is and how important she is to make sure our community stay as one.
All right. Thank you very much.
And we're going to bring over another young lady, and she's gonna share with you how all of this has come together for one of your events. So why don't you share with the viewers your name and give them a little bit of your background.
Hello, my name is Natalia Romo Jones. I'm a longtime resident here in Pasadena. I serve on the planning committee for Miss Black Pasadena, and we're out here today. A lot of my committee members want to just get to know the community, to let them know about what Miss Black Pasadena is and how important it is to the community.
And why don't you share with the viewers so that they can really understand how community outreach really works? How much did it play a role in your success of your first Miss Black Pasadena pageant?
Well, the pageant was very successful. We had over 200 people come to the actual pageant. We had a lot of young ladies who were a part of all the different schools here, private and public school system. We had 3 winners. We had a queen and 2 princesses. Both of them, or all of them, we gave them scholarships. And it took a lot of everyone in the community to participate in that and to fundraise for that, and a lot of sponsorships.
Wow. And I get excited because, again, viewers, this is really how we as a community should work to make sure that we are collaborating, we are engaging, and we're also building for the next generation. So in closing, why don't you share with the viewers what your hopes are for your next pageant?
So our next pageant is going to be the second Saturday of February in 2020. We will open our application sometime by the end of this month when school gets to start rolling. We're looking for young ladies who are juniors and seniors in high school. So if you guys know anybody or you are interested in having any of them be a part of the program, it's a mentorship program. So we do work with the young ladies and give them life skills. So it's more than just a pageant, that's just the culmination of it.
Wow, and you see why we love Pasadena. So folks, check out the rest of the show. We're going to try and get some more interviews, but I love getting our community together and celebrating what we stand for here. So thank you so much.
If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something, baby? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say so? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say so? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say so? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you?
Hi, this is Alan Shea with Art Society Show, and we got the whole team up here for the block party of the year. And we're gonna start with the first lady of the block party. So why don't you share with the viewers your name and what does this day mean for you with the turnout we've had so far?
Hi, I'm Melanie Holden. I'm Assembly Member Chris Holden's wife, and it really is a tremendous day. 20 years of doing this block party and doing outreach and giving back to the community. It means a lot to us to see so many people here and enjoying everything, and everything's free. How many times do we get free? It really genuinely free from the heart, love and fellowship and community. Just a great all-around day and not too hot.
Well, we want to just say we want to thank you. Thank you for pulling the community together and making sure we can still celebrate what we have here in Pasadena.
Yes, absolutely. A great city, and my dear community friends
Definitely.
who serve and give back to our community.
And once you
Renee.
give them, yeah.
Renee Morgan Hampton. It's always a great event. They really give back to the community, and this is what we need. So a pleasure to be here. I always enjoy coming.
And certainly.
Hi, I'm Alicia Donafu. I'm a writer, educator, part of this community for a long time. You can read my stories on the Pasadena Weekly website. And I have a program to help people stay fit and strong. Over 50 fit and fabulous.
And before we let you ladies go, why don't you share with the viewers how important is this type of event for the Pasadena community and certainly showing the leadership of Mr. Holden?
Well, for me, it's also the diversity. It speaks leaps and bounds about our community, about the city of Pasadena. It's very inclusive, multicultural, all ages. It's just beautiful to see this all come together at this type of event. That really touches my heart.
And what about with you?
For me, it's community. After being 4 generations to Pasadena and growing up with Chris and Melanie, it is about the diversity and giving back, especially at this time in our lives in the United States. It's really important to have that connection with community and to keep it going. And this is one way we can do this every year to keep it going so that the community stays connected.
And certainly with the matriarch of Pasadena, I'm gonna call her. She keeps us inspired. What would you share with the young folks about how we need to be aware of our community?
I think we need to be aware of our community by, number one, being involved in some positive activities, starting with education, being a part of community programs, communicating with one another, people in the neighborhood, getting to know the people in the neighborhood, through our churches. We have a lot of viable churches in this city, and they are an integral part of our community. And Mr. Holden, there's no one like him. He's a part of our community from high school all the way through. And he has been a pillar for this community in pulling not only the youth together, but people of all ages and all occupations and from all areas of life.
And last but not least, because I'm trying to make sure we send the most powerful message to these viewers, what is coming up in 2020 that we better get ready for to make sure the community is well aware?
We have to get out and vote. If you're not registered, make sure you do. Vote, vote, vote.
Educate our young people to vote. They are our future, and we need them to know where our path is in the future.
Find someone and something in the Democratic Party that you believe in and support that. You don't have to believe in everything, but believe in something and vote for that person.
And just for you viewers to let you know, standing here between the 4 of us is probably almost 200 years of Pasadena family community bonding in this community event from the Bass family to the Caldwell family to the Foreman family to the Shea family, that we love the Pasadena community.
Yes.
And this is truly a representation of that.
That's
So
right.
I want to just thank all these ladies here, and I want to thank you viewers for joining us. And we're going to close out with Mr. Holden. Going to try and make sure that we extend our appreciation to Mr. Holden for holding what our community is truly about, which is to bring folks together, to show community can come together and enjoy each other and get our party on, sir.
Yes, indeed. Well, you know, having a block party, we wanted to focus on the idea of having a party that brings community together, but at the same time creates an opportunity for resources in the state to be made available to people so that they understand how the system's working and how it can benefit them. So I'm really appreciative of the fact that the community turns out and likes the fact that this party is a way to celebrate and to be able to also educate. And so I'm just happy that we're able to do this 20 years and counting.
And before we let you go, Chris, and jump back on that stage and become Super Chris, we want to make sure you send a message out to the viewers about how important this upcoming election is from a lawmaker for the state of California and for our country as a whole. Please share that with the viewers.
Well, I think it's important that, I think that if nothing else, during the last 2.5 years, it's become acutely apparent to all of us that when you have someone who represents you at the higher levels and the highest level of elected office in this country, that person represents your values. And if that person represents your values, you vote for that person. If that person does not represent your values, then you have to not only exercise your right to vote, get up off your couch and go and vote, but you also have to get people who have a like mind to get up off their couch and go and vote as well. Because if you are passive about it, then people who don't have your point of view, share your principled ideas, will get elected, and they will do everything they said they were going to do, but believe me, will undercut everything you believe in. And so now is the time in 2020 to evaluate who's getting on the Supreme Court, whether these appointees to the Supreme Court support your values, and know that a president makes a recommendation to Congress, and then the Congress and the Senate will confirm. And so if you like the people who are getting appointed to the Supreme Court, then you sit on your couch and let the same thing happen again. If you think that that's a bad thing, that person doesn't represent your point of view, then come March of 2020 and November 2020, you got to make sure you march with conviction, not unlike the folks of your community who got their first opportunities to vote years ago, or even women who we celebrate next year and they're being able to have a right to vote. People fought and died to have a right to vote. This generation cannot allow that to just run dormant, to allow that to dry up and not have any value that will be able to be used and implement the things that you care about. So, long answer, short answer is vote. Vote your heart, vote your principles.
Well, before I let you go, viewers, this man has just inspired me to make sure we make a pledge that everybody go out and make sure that they get 10 people that will go out and vote, that will get another 10 people that will go out and vote and show that they are going to be proactive about democracy, especially in light of what Assemblyman Chris Holden just shared with us about our future and how important it is. So we want to thank you, sir. Thank you, First Lady of the Block. And thank you, viewers, for joining us on Our Society show today. Thank you.